They're free throws. I mean, how do you not make them? Anybody can. So why can't the players do it in a game?
Kent Fox, president of the University of Florida. How you doing, doctor?
Good morning.
And this is your first homecoming. This is your first year at the University of Florida. We're just getting into the homecoming weekend. We haven't gotten it all yet, but what's your early impressions of everything going on?
That just shows you the tenacity of these guys out here playing for a contract to perform with.
We're less than 48 hours away now from the one day of the year fax machines rise back to relevance. And guys, a stat from the NFL playoffs this weekend, road teams were 4-0 for the first time ever, which is very interesting, but something I feel like we might have alluded to already on this show.
What do you think is going to happen this weekend?
Here you go. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Chiefs, Steelers, Seahawks, Packers win. No home team wins this weekend. You heard it here first.
I think that's a very bold prediction, Connor. I think you're underestimating the power of a home field advantage, so I think you might be wrong on that one.
We'll see.
You're right. I have to admit that.
Guys, breaking news in the last hour from head coach Jim McElwain of the Florida Gator football team. He says quarterbacks Treon Harris and Will Greer will both play in the season opener on September 5th. But if you already got a ticket and you are going to head out here, I would recommend not wearing a suit. It is very hot and muggy, as Sean has said. If you're anything like me, today has been a very emotional day. How can you not just be so happy that college football is back? Welcome to Sports. I'm Connor Ingalls. And as I said earlier, some great scoring. And at the top of the leaderboard, Ha-Na Jang at 12 under par, 65 today. 1983 was the year of the quarterback in the NFL draft. 1998 brought us the summer of Sosa v. McGuire. 2003 ushered in possibly the most talent the NBA has ever seen. 2015 may be remembered as the year we talked a lot about underinflated footballs. I'll try to end that tonight when they host the Bulldogs here. Tip-off's at 7. Albert's certainly excited. Should be a good crowd. Reporting live from the O'Connell Center, Connor Ingalls, WUFT Sports. Final exams may be front and center for the Florida Gator football team this week, or at least they should be. But head coach Jim McElwain finished up his degree about 30 years ago, so the only question he has to solve is how to move the football against the Michigan Wolverines in the Citrus Bowl. Welcome back to Sports. I'm Connor Ingalls. McElwain and the Gator staff truly can focus entirely on the Wolverines because as of yesterday, recruiting is in a non-contact dead period until after bowl season. Earlier, Max said that he looks at practices leading up to the bowl game as an opportunity for younger players to improve. This week on WUFT, we're bringing you the top 10 Gator plays of the season. Today, we pick it up with numbers 8 and 7. Number 8 came just a few weeks ago in the Swamp against FAU. Owls QB Jaquez Johnson drops back to pass in the fourth, and it looks like he finds Tyler Cameron, but Jalen Tabor just rips it away. Shades of Ahmad Black against Oklahoma in the BCS National Championship game. Let's take another look. Slow it down for me. Tabor just won't be denied. That was the 4th interception of the year for the standout sophomore. Now number 7, Treon Harris rolls out against Georgia and launches one down the sideline for Antonio Callaway, who makes the catch. He just has to get a foot in, and he does, waltzing into the end zone from there with a 66-yard touchdown. Then the real highlight of this play, break it down for me, Antonio. That's one of the many big plays from Callaway this season. I think his name might pop up another time or two in this countdown. The Miami Dolphins hosted the New York Giants in Monday Night Football last night. With the Fins heading into the game at 5-7, this was viewed as an essential elimination game for the playoffs. In the second quarter, Lamar Miller takes the shotgun handoff and makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wait for it, 6 Giants miss on his way for 6. That was his second touchdown of the night and put the Dolphins up 4. Now in the third, Miami leads by 7 as Eli Manning rolls out and finds Odell Beckham Jr. with his weekly greatest catch of all time. They first ruled him out, but if you take a closer look, which we get here with the pylon cam, both feet are in, so they put it on the board and New York ties it up with the ensuing PAT. Beginning of the fourth, it's still 24-all, and the Dolphins decide, you know what? We don't want to cover ODBJ anymore. Eli finds him all alone over the middle, and that might be the easiest TD of Odell's career. 84 yards, so easy. He's got enough energy to hit us with a little dance. That would provide us with the final score of 31-24, Miami falling at home. Afterwards, head coach Dan Campbell said that going forward, all the Fins can do is play hard. Last night on the hardwood, the Orlando Magic were looking to stay above 500 on the road against the Brooklyn Nets. Scott Skiles has this ball club playing tough defense in the second. More so Brooklyn's fault, but they force a turnover and get out on the break. Elfrid Payton lobs it up to Tobias Harris, who finishes the alley-oop, and Orlando is up 4. Payton had himself a ball game. Gets the dunk here in the third. He finished with 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. Later on in the corner, Nick Vucevic hits this turnaround Jay. Looks more like Dirk Nowitzki out there. That put Orlando up 12, and they would cruise from there, taking it 105-82. James and Jenna, some recruiting news from earlier today. Five-star quarterback Jacob Eason announced he will enroll at Georgia after flirting with Florida for a little while. But the top kicker in the country, Eddie Pinheiro, announced last night he was decommitting from Alabama, and today he will sign somewhere. Hasn't done it yet, but the Gators are looked at as favorites to land the kicker. Joshua Smith had his highlight moments. The rookie center showed off a developed offensive game with an ability to score at the rim, while it was also clear he has room to improve. However, it wasn't his skills that were critiqued most by media members and NBA executives.
Obviously, my weight is an issue, but, if you put me in the right situation, I'll go out there and I'll do whatever the coaching staff asks.
So for a July week in Orlando, Florida, the 360-pound Smith was out to show that he can get up and down the court in an NBA game. Smith was part of over 100 players competing inside of the Orlando Magic's practice facility in the annual Summer League, every one of them auditioning for just a handful of NBA roster spots. These guys all have the same dream of making it into the NBA, but it's the differences in their journeys to this point that make the Summer League so unique. Jordan Hamilton has played in 140 NBA games in 4 seasons, going from prep superstar to established NBA talent. Liam McMorrow started playing basketball seriously at the age of 21. At 27, he spent time playing in the NBA's development league and overseas, but hasn't come close to an NBA floor. In Orlando, the two are equals, teammates working together to try and reach their shared goal of being in the league next season. That's the opportunity provided by the Summer League. Sundiata Gaines played in 113 NBA games from 2010 to 2012. Since then, Gaines has spent his playing days in the D-League and overseas. After already reaching the mountaintop, he's working to get back years later. For younger players considered to be borderline NBA material, the late second-round picks and the undrafted free agents, the Summer League is a chance to show that they belong. The reasons why they have to prove themselves aren't always what you'd think. For Smith, it's the weight. For his teammate Juwan Howard Jr., it's proving that he deserves to be on the court because of his ability, not because Juwan Sr. is the coach. Russ Smith has always been able to score the ball, but as a point guard, there's concern about his ability to run an offense. He knows it, so he came out to show his growth as a facilitator.
I just wanted to be the best floor general, get guys in spots, be vocal, and just have guys feeling comfortable playing with me and control the tempo.
The stage on which these players try and show their worth is unique in and of itself. Teams stand around waiting to get on the court as if they were in a high school tournament, playing games surrounded not by fans, but by limited media, NBA executives, and coaches, analyzing every possession, oftentimes looking for just one guy to fill out their team. Bill Peterson coached one of the 2 squads fielded by the Magic throughout the week. With so many men going for so few spots, he says it's all about effort.
If you play hard every night, you go out and play with passion and energy, you'll catch somebody's eye. And someone will call you or your agent and say, I want you in my training camp. I want you on my team.
Smith has yet to get that call. The dream is still just that, but he's going to work tirelessly for it to become reality.
I'm beginning extra workouts, before, after games, practice, stuff like that. And it's a process, every day, just going to get better, eat better, work out more, and just, watch stuff like that.
He's just one of the many players who hope the skill, effort, and willingness to learn they showcased in the Summer League will be enough. As every one of them checked out of play in Orlando, they hope to next check in to the NBA. Connor Ingalls, WUFT Sports.